Hello, welcome back. This is day 5. I haven't given up yet, so that's good. I have been gone for a few weeks. If you want to hear about it, I'll put it at the end of the video. But for now, if you remember from the last video, today was going to be the very start of like sitting down with a project and properly making a game of some kind. However, I happened to have a discussion with one of my friends, Jacob, on Discord. Like, we were hanging out and everything, and he has like a Twitch channel, and he has also like a degree in game design and all that stuff. And I mentioned my channel, and he brought up a specific thing about game design that I believe I knew about, but I hadn't remembered or heard about in quite a while. So I asked him if he could come on and tell me about it really fast, because like I said, I always want to make sure as I'm learning stuff and figuring stuff out, I want you to see that whole process and how it's happening. And in this particular case, I just happen to know a guy who was able to kind of start steering me in the right direction. So yes, with that intro out of the way, without further ado, I'm going to hand it back to me from approximately 30 minutes ago, so we can start talking to Jacob and hear his whole side of things and what he has to say. So yes, yep. Okay, hello everyone. I am back on day 5 of the whole like game development journey and everything. As I said in the intro, I have a friend of mine. His name is Jacob right here with me in the call. Say hi, Jacob.
Hello.
Jacob and I were talking a few weeks ago, and I mentioned my channel and everything, and he brought up a thing called a game design document, and he started giving a short definition. And I immediately, as per the spirit of this channel, stopped trying to listen to him and said, we need to make a video about this as soon as possible. So yeah, today is all about this game design document. I'm going to switch it over to Jacob really fast. Here's Jacob, please. Oh, you're on the other side of the screen. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jacob, also known online as rwing99, and I am a game designer and variety streamer.
Okay, that's succinct. I like it. Jacob, could you go through what is a game design document, what it's used for, and like, I know you're about to show one here in a minute, but just give us like a basic overview real fast.
Yeah, so to quote and somewhat paraphrase pirate software site develop.games, a game design document's a living document. Helps you organize basically everything you're going to put into this game, from like the tools you're using to your inspiration, and the actual like design of the game itself, the mechanics, the art style, audio design, UI, all of that. And again, it's a living document. So as you're making the game, it will also evolve along with it. But you start with the game design document to give you that, give you an idea of your scope, and make sure you also stay within that scope. So it saves you time, and then when you're working with a budget, it also saves you money because it's saving you time, and time is money.
From what I understand, this whole like game design document and everything, this is literally like just everything you could possibly plan to have in your game listed out, like all detailed in one document, one spot, so you can always
everything, like the whole game, the whole like design of the game in one place.
Okay, cool. Great. So
I probably should have switched to my good mic.
You can still do that if you want.
Yeah, I can switch to my good mic really quick.
I forgot you had a good mic.
Yeah, I forget I have a good mic sometimes too. Hello, hello, hello.
That is so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a multiple $100 mic that somebody just gave me.
Yeah. Wait, someone just gave you a mic?
Correct. People just give me things. I don't know why. It concerns me sometimes.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I've been given multiple TVs.
What? Who's just giving you people. Stuff? Just people?
I met someone once and their first words to me were, hey, you want an N64?
Alright. Hello. There's a cut in here. We realized Jacob has a much better mic that he actually uses for streaming, and it was hard to understand him. So we're going to use that now and just restart this explanation. Jacob, Go. Wait, don't go yet. Hold on, I have to. Now go. This is professional.
Sorry, just go, Jake. I'm not your fucking Pokemon. So this is an example game design document from the 2022 Pirate Software Game Jam. Not my own. I got it off the Pirate Software site, develop.games. Again, I've said that before, but referencing my sources, citing my sources. But you can see that it's got your introduction, which is basically the tools you're using, your inspiration, target audience, general stuff, and then it goes into a deeper breakdown of the different parts of the game. And it also includes a development timeline. If you're not in a scenario where you need to have a development timeline, like any sort of professional scenario, working with a team, if you're just on your own time, no deadlines, not really necessary. But if we scroll down, you can see the inspiration, screenshots of your inspiration. It helps you remind yourself what parts of the game, of those games and your inspiration you're drawing from. And if you're using inspiration of this very particular piece, like say a map, because I've done this before, where you take screenshots of different maps from different games and be like, here's what pieces of this map are inspiring this sort of map mechanic in your own game. Development software is just a short section here where it's like, hey, here's the tools we'd use. Genre. You can see a lot of this is just the intro sections. It's just short, like basically one line thing.
Gotcha. So a lot of it is just literally like very. You don't need every detail right now. It's just getting the idea of the game down, and then as you like think about it more, you're gonna move deeper into the sections that get more specific, I assume.
Yeah, like your big, like you'll see the biggest section here. Biggest two sections here are the inspiration section, which is explaining what parts you're bringing from the inspiration, and the player experience, which is just the general what the player should sort of try to feel out of or get out of playing the game.
I would have thought that like detailing the gameplay would have come far before the player experience. Or I assume you can like set up each game design document how you would like.
Yes, but in this case, have you ever been in a class where they like tell you like, here's your core concepts for this section or whatever?
Yes.
That's the player experience section here. It's not the whole thing. It's like the brief, like, hey, here's the thing. Like, it's like the player must learn to use their knowledge of interactions between the player cells and various environmental items. It's just
okay. So this is just following the theme of like bullet points, generally describing like the kind of game you want to make, as opposed to exactly. Gotcha. Because gameplay would get more granular.
Yeah, it's very straight to the point, and again, everything should try and be straight to the point. You don't want to like bumble around in the document, but this is a living document. So as you decide to do more, the document will help keep you in scope, so you don't just keep adding too much, but it does evolve, and you can add to it as you go, and as you realize more about the design and more of what needs to be there or doesn't need to be there.
Because that's one thing I saw from I watched like Game Maker's Toolkit sometimes, and I remember he started a whole series about making his own game, and I think one of the interesting things from that series that I saw was like building the mechanics, and like all his like core gameplay ideas led just when you have one idea, it like begets yet another idea, and like once you have all the pieces together, then you can start like making more ideas from that.
Well, I mean, one thing to say with that is the game design document also helps keep you in scope, because it's easy to just be like, oh, I have these mechanics, I could go farther with these mechanics and add these mechanics, but then your game just becomes a mess of mechanics, and to a point where it's like, how many of these are really necessary? How much are they really adding to the game?
Because I remember like when I was like messing around with this kind of stuff in high school, I vaguely remember like a whole entire day, because our final project was just making a game with a group of people, and in this like board on like that Trello website, we were just writing down every single mechanic, and then putting a bunch of bulleted lists like next to those, like all the coding and all the things that would need to be happening in order for that mechanic to work properly. So I assume this is just a much more, this looks just like a much more organized and better version of what we were
this is
learning
much
there.
more organized. Typically, Trello boards and stuff like that are more used as project management tools, whereas this is an organized document that details. Think of it like a summary or a blueprint of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Trello board is like
The day-to-day.
your tasks, like how you're. It's your project management tool. It's how you're dividing up tasks and labor and all that.
Yeah, because I think in the last episode I did, because the last episode was like the end of me, like just fucking around in Unreal Engine, essentially, just to like get a feel for the engine and how it works. And I said like, okay, day 5, we're going to properly start making game. And I was about to just jump into trying to make something. And I'm sure that would have turned into a mess had I not heard you talk about this. And then it set up like, it triggered something in my memory. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to have a plan, and there's a way to have a plan. And now
it's best to go in with some sort of idea of what you're making, because otherwise, what are you making?
I think that is it for now. Thank you very much, Jacob. I very much appreciate you coming on real fast to like give like a quick breakdown. Finally, Jacob, I'm going to hand it back over to you. If you have anything you would like to plug or any places people would like to find you, where can they do that?
The best place to find me is probably my Twitch channel. It's rwing99. That's the letter R, the word wing, and then 99. I do have a graphic design portfolio up at loremasterjacob.com because I'm cool like that.
Thank you very much, Jacob. I'm going to do an outro after this. Cut to outro. Wait, say bye first, Jacob.
Bye.
All right, outro time. Whoa, outro. So yeah, that was all good, short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed. And yes, so next time we are actually going to, on day 6, we are actually going to start on our first game, but this time properly, with an actual plan and a game design document, so we can get used to that process and workflow before we get into much bigger stuff. I already have an idea of what kind of game I want to make. It's going to be very simple, about like 10 to 15 minutes playtime probably. But we're going to start detailing it next time. I'm going to go through the whole game design document process, how I'm filling it out, and all that stuff. In the meantime, you can find links to the things that Jacob was talking about in the description below, so check those out. For the cool super fans that want to know what's going on, hello. It's been like a month. I'm glad you're back. The original idea for this channel was to do a video every day, because I have a new job and all this stuff is going on. That is not feasible, so instead it's going to be once a week. So yeah, starting this week, we're gonna get back on schedule, so you'll see day 6 showing up next week. So yeah, stay tuned for that. As always, for the last part of the video, we're going to go into the comments of the previous video and see what people are saying. Mr. Oliver Dive 9759 once again. Yes, baby, he is back. I'm back again. It seemed like I wasn't, but now I am. Edit, nice to see you again. 1 video a week is enough for me, no pressure at all. Answering the question on the thumbnail, was this a huge waste of time? Not at all. So excited for the next video. Yeah, I kind of joked that it was a waste of time in the last video, and part of me thinks it only kind of was, just a little bit, but sometimes you want to just mess around and find out, and we found out. We still learned like a decent amount, from those first few videos. Like I said, the entire idea was just to get a general feel for the layout and UI of the engine. We're going to learn a lot more as we go into properly making a game, but yeah. From Son of Sam 92, interesting reference to make for a username. Loving the series so far. Really hope you don't give up anytime soon. I'm learning Godot currently. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. He posted this 2 weeks after this video came out, so maybe he thought I was giving up. No, not giving up anytime soon. I'm really glad you're learning Godot. I've heard a lot of great things about that engine, so good luck with that. And yeah, I'm glad you could come along for the journey. It's been very interesting so far, and I'm learning a lot more than I thought I would in 5 days of doing this. So, pretty good. So yeah, that about does it for this video, like I said, day 6, we're gonna start actually making our game, starting with a game design document, so I can't wait to see y'all there. Or regardless of if y'all there, I'll be there, so I'm the one making it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see y'all next week. For real this time, without a month-long break of being poor. All right, anyway, I'll stop this recording.